Okay, Nicole, here's a video of the weeds whenever you like. Okay, that's the back door. You know where that is. So hang a left here. And this is the area that I was telling you that has the monster weeds. I'm going to take you to this little spot over here first. So in here, this is the stuff that is the, what is it called? Catnip. Any of that, some of it's big, some of it's small, that's all weeds. This stuff, that's the lily of the valley, and that stays. So in here there's a lot of little tiny weeds on the ground, you can see. And this is a plant. This is a very special plant to me. So that stays. So right in here, it would just be the little tiny plants and the lily of the valley. These are succulents. They stay. And right here, this is a beet. This is my little beet garden. And so there's a couple of rows of beets, and that is the beet. They've got kind of a purple on the bottom, so they stay. And then of course I have some geraniums here. You can see the row of geraniums. But there is 3 rows of beets here, and the geraniums, and all the little ground cover stuff is weeds. This is a good spot to show you. Well, this stuff right here, these are those, they're horrible. They're everywhere. This stuff. That's how they start when they look little. And then when they get big, they look like that, and they have the little white flower on it, and they're very delicate, and they grow everywhere. So just in this little bed, you'll see these little succulents, and in between the geraniums, you can kind of tell that they're plants. They're not weeds. So that's one area. And then this area here, this is where the big catnip is. Anything in here that's catnip can go. Like over here, all that is just weeds. All this whole area right in here. Weeds, 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 weeds. There's nothing in there that I want. This is the mustard stuff that I was telling you about, the big yellow flowered thing. But in here you can see it is just massive amounts of catnip. And that is a, oh gosh, what is the name of it? I can't think of the name of it. That's a weed. It's actually a noxious weed. So there's the big log. There's some catnip there. There's also some more of that furry leaf thing. That's a weed. Anytime you see one of those, there's some more catnip. And then down here we have some cheatgrass, which is kind of purple, and more catnip. And this is that area that I was telling you that has all these thistly things. So you'll definitely want leather gloves for this. But a lot of that's weed. The only thing I have in here is a couple of these. These are Russian sage, and there's a few of them scattered in this area, but not very many. And then that's that area. If you should ever have enough time, which I have no idea how long this would take, over here by the pond, that's weeds right there. But then this thing that's kind of furry, that's a plant. That's a black-eyed Susan. And around these bushes here, this thing, that's another noxious weed. Whenever you see that, that's gotta go. And all this clover stuff, that's all a weed. But then in here tucked away is a black-eyed Susan, which I want. And over here, that thing, that's called a pigweed. That goes. There's another, this is a Russian sage. That stays. That area is kind of sketchy in there. I wouldn't worry about it. And then I have a couple of garden spaces over here around this way. one of which is right here, and it looks like an animal might have been in here. Doesn't look very good. There's 3 rows of stuff here, and you can see I kind of weeded it, but needs a little bit of fine-tuning here. And then there's the back door to the basement. So if you go around this way, back up toward the house, this is my other little carrot garden, and you can see the distinctive 3 rows going up this little hill, and everything in between is a weed. So that would actually probably be my first priority for you. And then this outside row goes all the way up through here. But I'm leaving this tool right here because this is thebomb.com. That's what I like to use once I get the weeds away from the plant. And what I'll do is I will have the pickup. I'll bring it right here, and then inside the woodshed, which is behind that bush right there, is the wheelbarrow. And then over here in the root cellar are all my garden tools and rakes and whatnot. I don't know what you might need. Mostly it's going to be putting them in the wheelbarrow and taking them to the pickup, and you can just leave it in the pickup. There's the wheelbarrow. It's got some other stuff in it that can go in the pickup, but other tools are located in the root cellar over there. So maybe watch this and then let me know if you have any questions, and we can go from there. Oh, this is another little spot. See all those spiky things around here? There's not very many plants over here. This is Rich's garden area. But all of these things, these are noxious weeds. These are called Russian knapweed. And those all could go. So I think that's it. Over and out.